second one, the budget. We just rolled out a 1100 user phone network, and we managed to do it, I think, with £20,000 upfront capital. You know, gives you some idea. And the monthly charge that we would charge the customer is less than they were paying on their PBX maintenance. So that included brand new handsets, deployment, training, everything. And in fact, actually, I think we managed to eliminate like 20 grand by doing a buyback in this old PBX and selling it to a scrap merchant. So in fact, it was actually cash neutral. You know, you don't, phone systems are incredibly expensive. They're incredibly expensive to buy initially, and then obviously to run. The fully managed services, we can, you know, for about £8 per user per month, including the handset, everything's included. You might think that's high, you might think that's low. The scary thing is actually when you look to see what you're actually spending on your phone system, it's invariably a lot higher than that. It's also very flexible. You may be going through downsizing, so you need to reduce cost. You may be going through expansion, you need to add users. With this, you don't have what we used to call in my last company chassis tax or server tax, you know, where you have this fixed infrastructure. It's a utility, so you take as much or as little as you need when you need it. You only pay for the people you have in the organisation, not when you not planning ahead, so to speak. Priorities. We heard before, you've got, you know, small teams, possibly shrinking teams. You've got an enormous amount of work that you need to be doing. You want to focus on the strategic, not the operational. We are effectively a maintenance company. We look after the operational aspects of your business. We look after the bits that, frankly, you don't really want to look after, so you can actually get on and work on what you need to do. We have £100 million shared infrastructure business, and this is what we do day in, day out. We look after people's networks, we back up their servers, we look after their telephony, exchange and OCS and all that type of stuff. What we don't do, we're not outsourcing, we don't replace your IT team, we don't do desktop support, we don't do application support. But what we will do is we'll manage all the infrastructure that you do all of those services on top. So what we're suggesting is that have a look to see the stuff that really adds value to your organisation and the stuff actually that is just business as usual. And let's quote your business as usual. You have collectively a very high spend. You know, talking to organisations like us, we would love to take that spend and we can offer you a great price. You should try it. You know, you might be surprised by how much we can save on it.
Just another key thing as well, with a lot of the offices, if you're moving offices, you don't have to worry about actually getting rid of the PBX, having new PBX installed. You know, as making changes, are literally just moving the phone and putting it back in again. Obviously, with the IP address that you've registered in it, you can basically move people around and it notifies where they've been moved.
And then the last reason is risk. Most people in IT are quite risk averse for very, very good reason. There's no point in putting a brand new shiny system in, whatever it is, if it just all goes belly up and stops working. You know, you need to make sure that it's going to work the first time. When you're deploying something like IP telephony, this is likely to be the first time you would have done it. You know, you're moving from a digital or maybe even an analog system. We do this all the time. We have Prince 2 qualified project managers, we have highly paid technical consultants that we obviously take the hit on. We have service delivery teams, support teams that just do this. We've rolled out 16,000 handsets. Why not let us take that risk for you? Why not let us do the workshops and do the the audits and the site surveys and that type of thing, and then put together a plan and help you migrate. And then once it's all up and running, then obviously we'll take a step back and we'll support it 24/7 throughout the lifetime. But during that transition phase from your existing phone system to the new system, why not use us? You know, we've done this before. We are the experts in telephony.
The other part as well, that if you go down the route of someone like Cisco, for example, you've normally got to get your staff trained up at CCNA level, or put quite a lot of money investment into the staff to make sure that they're, one, that can support it, two, that can support the users. If they leave, for example, you've then got to replace them, and you've got to get experience, and the same with the buyer and the other manufacturers. You have to learn their product in detail to actually be able to use it and support it. With this, you don't have to, you don't have to rely on it.
So some real examples. This is one of our customers. These guys were in a real pickle. It was a law firm in Scotland, had 2 offices, typical, 180 users. They were paying I don't know if these numbers are typical, whether they resonate with what you're spending. £7,000 a year maintenance. They had, but they're spending nearly £20,000 on ICN rental. They had a dedicated link between Edinburgh and Glasgow to to eliminate the call charges. That was 11,000. So they're paying about £37,500 a year on just maintenance. So this doesn't include staff costs. This doesn't include all the other bits and pieces. It was just on what they paid in bills. So with 180 staff, this equated to about £17 per user per month. And that was the surviving days, which was obsolete. It effectively, it was quite embarrassing. They admitted it with a chuckle almost. They had to go on eBay to buy spare parts for it to keep it running because you couldn't get parts for it anymore. When they wanted to get a new one, it was quoted £250,000 for a new handset, which got rejected by the firm. So the poor IT manager was stuck between the rock and a hard place. He had a phone system that knew he was on the last legs, had to desperately replace it, had no go-forward strategy because the firm had rejected the £250,000 to upgrade it. So this is what we offered him. Simple matrix. The matrix is actually a bit bigger, but these are the most popular ones. You can choose a little phone or a big phone. Don't make it more complicated than that. And then a type of license. So if you've got meeting rooms, which is just making receive phone calls, basic office users, which is office-based staff, and you've got mobile people, workers that maybe need to work away. So these prices include a fully managed service, 24/7, everything included, and the handset. To give you some idea, they were paying $17.36 on just maintenance. At the most expensive, with the most functionality, with the highest spec phone, it's only £16.10. So just moving to our system, they get a brand new phone system, brand new handset, and be paying less per month per user than what they're paying today. And of course, if they went up here, then they could obviously save significant savings. And that's with the only capex you'd have is for any training that you might need. You know, the handsets, which is the usual part of the capex. And do these numbers resonate? I mean, is this? Do you have a sense of how much you're paying on your phone system today, or is this something? Yeah. How many of you are actually responsible for looking after your telecoms, or is that another part of your? Yeah. Okay. Is this something you've inherited recently, or is it something that you've always been responsible for? Always been responsible. Phone systems aren't cheap. There's certain traditions haven't been cheap. Our business model is that we centralise all our costs. This system isn't cheap for us. You know, we've spent £10 million on it. The point is, it's a shared system, and therefore we share it across many people. So therefore, our costs, our maintenance, is much less, and we can actually provide it on a per user model. So just to summarise, in a hosting environment, you don't have any hardware, software. You know, we look after the licensing issues, so setup costs kept very low. There's no unexpected cost. Budget variance is, you know, it's nailed down pretty much. We, as part of the service, will do a full design, do the installation, we'll do the training, we'll basically take you on that journey all the way through from where you are today to the IP. And there are many steps along it. You know, there's taking control of your current line assets. You know, so look, basically reducing your existing phone bill, maybe connecting some PBXs you have through SIP trunks, and then replacing maybe the smaller PBX with remote sites. But the point is, it's a consultative process, and it also it's a constantly evolving process. It isn't we just install the system and then leave it. Your organisations are changing, your requirements will change, and we will change with you because it's a utility. You basically pay for what you need when you need it. And we're very well positioned to help you with all of your communications requirements, whether it's telephony, OCS, which includes IM, video, remote collaboration, and email.